Good evening, White Witch 110 here. Our first story this evening is Calm Waters. 2 a.m. on a placid lake somewhere north of the city. A dark amphibian body breaches the surface. You are sound asleep miles in on shore in your tent. While you slumber, it searches for food. Are you the next meal? A wake from the cryptid gently reaches the beach. You continue to sleep, blissfully unaware of what swims in the lake. Morning arrives, the sun beats down on your tent. It will soon be stifling hot inside. Out in the fresh air, you stretch your body to wake it up. Coffee smells yummy this cool morning. You place the mug in both hands, sauntering down to the beach. Hair a mess, but you're relaxed. You smile at the glistening water, just like diamonds. You wiggle into the folding chair, extending your legs. This is the life. You plan to spend your day on the lake, a picnic to prepare. In the depth of the water, it slinks its way along the bottom. The current it generates is hardly felt above. If you only knew what was there, you would have never gone out. You cast your line and wait for a nibble. You're entertained by the skiers crisscrossing on the lake. Shouts of encouragement and laughter are heard. The sight and sound of summer. It's getting late. Relief of the hot day is in sight. Halfway to the shore, an unexpected wake causes your boat to list. Back on land, you prepare a meal of your catch. The aroma of fried fish fills the air. After a satisfying meal, you take to your tent for a restful sleep. The country air is a tonic for the soul. Doesn't take long to fall into a peaceful slumber. Around midnight, a splash in the water close to shore wakes you. You wait in the dark for another sound. There's nothing. Sleep comes again. Sometime later, you wake to the sound of something brushing your tent. Your fear is real. Your breathing is labored. You don't dare move. It was only moments before you heard the splash again. You call on your courage to peek out the tent. Carefully, you lower the zipper. Slowly, you peer outside. The only light is from the moon. The last embers from dinner's fire extinguish. Even though terrified, you climb out of your tent. Looking out at the lake, you see it. The last ripple in the water, moving away from shore. You can't take it. You run back into the tent, hastily pulling the zipper back up. Inside the sleeping bag, you pray to your faith for protection. It seems hours before you are asleep. In the morning, you check around your tent. You see no prints, only slashes in the earth. You follow the smooth trail. It ends at the water's edge. You shake the feeling and are back out on the lake. Another placid day. It is you alone on the water. You admit to yourself it's eerie. The only sound to echo is your fishing line breaking the surface. The clouds reflect on the water. You feel a slight tug on the line. You ready yourself to reel in the day's catch. Seconds later, the pole is yanked from your hands and disappears below the surface. An uneasy feeling sweeps over you. This was a mistake. You glance over to estimate your distance from the shore. You need to leave now. You pull the cord for the motor. It sputters, then starts. The entire race to shore, you sense something is following you. Panic sets in, and you pray for assistance. You hit dry land, jump up, and turn. Your eyes are not believing what speeds to shore. Water sprays up into the air. The dark figure breaks through. The eyes are black, and the skin glimmered in the muted light. You are frozen in your spot. Your mind is screaming for you to move. The panic is more than you have ever felt. You realize it isn't going to stop. You don't bother to pack your things. You run to your car. You feel the thump behind you. Turning the key in the ignition, you peer in the rearview mirror. There it is, on shore. The engine catches, and off you go, watching the huge animal follow you. You're praying to see the highway. The beast is gaining. You're praying. Minutes later, your prayers are answered. The driveway quickly disappears, and you bid it goodbye. The memories never fade. Our second story is Ring Ring. An empty room in a long-since abandoned hotel. Throughout the hallways, sorrowful moaning is heard. Lights are seen in windows where none exist. Footsteps are a usual occurrence. You stand at the front doors. Slowly you tilt your head up. The enormous building overshadows you. There is no time like the present to step inside. A grand lobby of broken marble and peeling paint. Years of dust cover surfaces and hangs in the air, causing you to choke. The atmosphere is heavy. It's difficult to breathe. Elevators sit dormant on the main floor. You sense the past moving all around you. Keys and forgotten messages still in place. The register book left behind the desk. You place it on the marble top. Beginning on the first page, you call out names. You expect a reaction, though alone are terrified. On the second floor, your flashlight illuminates the hallway in each direction. You walk along the dark hall, shining your light into each room. The smell of mold wafts into your nose. You retrieve the mask from your pack. You remind yourself you're alone. You climb the stairs to the third floor, repeating the identical action. Finally, you reach the sixth floor. Wallpaper has been torn from the walls. Pieces of the ceiling litter the carpet. The odor is worse up here. These rooms, black. In these rooms, black mold has taken over. It crawled down the wall and across the ceiling. A few pieces of furniture are broken into splinters. Graffiti of faces and names cover another hallway. You begin your way down, using the flashlight to guide you. On the 4th floor, beer and liquor bottles litter the floor with broken glass. Bathroom mirrors are covered in paint. Bathtubs sprinkled with fake blood. The paint easily chips away. Proceeding to the 3rd floor again, you hear it. The faint ringing of a phone. It's difficult to decipher where it's coming from. You make your way along yet another gloomy hallway that blends into another. The sound is louder. You are frantic to locate it now, your thoughts racing to possibilities. You found it. The only room with a closed door. What do? You knock on the door, though who knows why. Housekeeping. The words squeak past your lips. There is no response, and the phone continues to ring. You turn the knob, open the door, then step inside. You see the phone on a table near the window. It's silent now. How could that be? There is no service to this building. The 2nd floor. The ringing can be heard. Once again, you find yourself searching. You are outside another closed door. This time, you don't spare a second. You barge into the space. The phone is in the identical position. You move quickly, grabbing up the receiver, demanding to know who it is. You are greeted with a dial tone. You replace the receiver. You peer outside into the hall, the flashlight guiding you, petrified. You begin to question your own sanity. Quickly and safely as possible, you navigate to the stairs and back down to the lobby. You stop, your back against the pillar. The familiar sound for the 3rd time. It is from behind the desk. Slowly, you walk over. Behind the front desk. The debate is yes or no. Do you chance answering the phone that shouldn't be ringing? Your hand is above the phone. You feel the energy emanating from the receiver. Like a magnet, it lifts into your hand. Hello, you say into the receiver, but not close to your ear. Get out, you hear from the other end. You drop the phone and run out the door. Stopping on the street, you turn back. The building is in darkness, except for a window on the top floor. In the corner, there is a light. Within that light, a figure, smiling, holding a phone. It throws its head back in laughter. You hold tight to the cross and pray for protection. You get in your car and leave. Looking back, the figure stands in the middle of the street, the phone still in its hand. Your cell phone on the console rings. Do you answer it? And that is our last story for the evening. I hope you've enjoyed both of them. I'm currently working on another one, but I may step aside from the spookier And I may try to read you a story that I wrote quite a few years ago. I'm not 100% sure yet that I'll do it. It's a very personal story for me, but I might. My YouTube family, thank you as always for stopping by to hear the stories this evening. You are greatly appreciated and very much thought of. Anyone new coming to my channel, please feel free to check out my other videos. There may be something else more to your liking, and if there is, please give it a thumbs up. Leave me a comment. Now, I must say there have been a couple of comments recently that I've seen in my notifications, but when going into that thread, unfortunately, the comments are not showing up. But please be assured that I have read them. Share any of my videos out that you think family, friends, co-workers, neighbors may be interested in. And also, while you're here, consider subscribing. And if you do, take that extra step and click the notification bell so that you'll be notified each time that I upload. So have a pleasant Wednesday evening, what's left of it, and have a terrific Thursday. And until the next time, as always, ciao for now. And Gizmo is still at it. His sisters don't want anything to do with it. Oh my God. Gizzy! We fixed his collar I don't know how many times. But this is what he's been like since he got home. See, look at the girls. They're like, we're staying up here.
Took the weight off them.
I think they're getting tired just watching. But I took the door off of the cage or carrier so he can go in there if he wants.
Put his nest back on.
There he goes. He's literally been playing by himself all night long. The girls, Pearl was hissing at him because of the collar. I think Sassy and Waverly were going to, but what? Waverly Hills.
In the hiding house. There's no door. We're scared.
Every time we fix that, he makes it go that way. Now, it was said that if we thought he wasn't going to lick where his nuts were, then he didn't need the collar. But we did catch him trying to lick himself. Hey! Oh, and just as I say that, that little... Come here.
He's got his tail.
He's got his tail?
The tail. The cone just blocks his...
Just blocks his, where they used to be?
Yeah. Jesus Christ.
Oh my God. What the hell?
Landed on his head that time.
Oh, he's got his... Those springs, I tell you, if you have a cat, that's it. And there he goes, carrying it. He sticks it in our shoes. Oh, there goes my sock. He'll take it into the bathroom and whack it around in the towel. There he goes.
Get in my shoe.
No, he was in my shoe. Yeah. Holy mackerel. Like, he just hasn't calmed down.
Knocked out and give him a Duracell battery.
The Energizer Bunny. You're gonna take it. He had it in there, and he was banging.
How the hell can you see?
We had to.
Got a mask on now.
We had to double knot because he kept pulling on it. But it's still loose enough. It's not choking him. He's fine. When the heck are you gonna run out of energy?
Put an energy battery in the rabbit. Keep going.
Maybe he's making up for the entire day.
I don't know.
Holy mackerel. And hubby decided to do... There he goes. See? He's picking everything up and walking away with it. We were going to clean up the space by the garbage bins in the back this afternoon. But because I left early to get home to get him off the foster, he did it all himself, so now he's in pain.
Choco milk. Very nice. What's the name of that rabbit?
Nestle?
And here is the location
She's
of
asleep.
the pen that I had placed on my pocket. I'm just noticing I really like this shirt. However, I don't drink alcohol.
She is asleep.
It almost seems like they cut the coconut open and put the alcohol on there. But I also don't like coconut. So I was just thinking about that. Mentioned it in Danny's
Okay,
video,
that
and
looks
then I thought I should
real
mention it in my own video.
freaky.
But I like the shirt.
Does anybody else see that? Like right there? I don't know if it's the cat. I'm getting faces in the window. That's bizarre.
I always remember that. And I want to go into nap mode when I do that.
Very interesting. It could just be the reflection of that stuff. Possibly. I'm sure at one point tonight he'll zonk out. I hope. No, he needs water.
The news has just broken. People mover is 2 p.m.
There you go.